Good, happy Saturday morning, everyone. It is November 16, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Good Morning, New Hampshire. Rise and shine, everyone. Let's get this Saturday off to a good start. Let's begin with local news. First up, piece of steel from World Trade Center arrives in Londonderry. Piece will be on display in department lobby until permanent memorial is built. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
Chapel Tractor has been in our family since 1955, when great-grandfather Pearlie and our grandfather George decided to sell tractors out of their barn, with a work ethic geared towards customer satisfaction and loyalty. A lot has changed since then, but we still have a commitment to treating our customers like family. At Chapel Tractor, we have the experience to get the job done right, with locations in Milford, Brentwood, and Concord, New Hampshire. We provide customers with the highest quality equipment from the most trusted brands. Go to chapeltractor.com or stop in for a visit.
It is part of American history, and from now on, it will always be a part of Londonderry's history. A special escort from New York City all the way to the Londonderry Fire Department. A sacred piece of steel symbolizing the loss and sacrifice, as well as the bravery and the lives saved on 9/11.
This piece of steel that we have out here represents resilience. It represents what the United States and what we as a country are good for.
These faces helped to bring a piece of the Twin Towers to Londonderry from the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, named in memory of New York City firefighter Stephen Siller, who died after saving others inside of the World Trade Center.
He made a decision to go above and beyond. He could have turned around at any point in time, but he did not do that.
3 years ago, Londonderry Fire helped the foundation to transport a part of the World Trade Center to the Gander Airport in Newfoundland, which played a crucial role on 9/11, landing 38 planes and 6,600 people in the small Canadian town. Now, Londonderry gets its own piece to remember and honor. And for generations to come, it's a lesson to never forget.
We honestly feel that the souls of those wonderful people that day are somehow right inside this piece of steel, and that is one of the many reasons it's so special and hallowed.
For now, the piece will be on display in the lobby of the fire department, but come next summer, it will be outside as part of a permanent memorial. In Londonderry, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Secretary of State Gardner says we're heading toward February 11, 2020, date for primary. Longtime election official to formally set date before Thanksgiving holiday. As the filing period for the first in the nation primary drew to a close on Friday evening, Secretary of State Bill Gardner said it appears that the 2020 primary will be held on February 11th. Gardner will make it official before the Thanksgiving holiday, he told WMUR in an interview. But he said that he does not at this time see any other states that might try to push a similar primary ahead of New Hampshire. State law requires that New Hampshire presidential primary be held at least 7 days ahead of any similar election, and it's Gardner's job to administer the law and ensure that the state's primary is first. Gardner said 50 people have filed for the primary ballot, 33 Democrats and 17 Republicans. 2020 will mark 100 years since the New Hampshire primary has been the first primary held in the nation. And now let's take a look at your 2020 New Hampshire candidate tracker for today. We have 3 candidates today in New Hampshire. The first candidate, Michael Bennett. He has 3 events today. His first event, Healthcare Conversation with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network at Revelstoke Coffee in Concord, New Hampshire at 1 o'clock p.m. His second event, Town Hall at New England College in Henniker at 3 p.m. And his third event, Meet and Greet at Ramoto's Brick Oven Pizza in Claremont, New Hampshire at 5 o'clock p.m. Kelsey Gabbard, she's also in New Hampshire today. She has 1 event today in New Hampshire, Town Hall at Tito Taller in Summersworth, New Hampshire at 5 p.m. And also, Bill Weld is in New Hampshire today. He has 1 event. Immigration Policy Talk at Keene State College in Keene, New Hampshire at 11 a.m. Those are the 3 candidates in New Hampshire today. And we're gonna switch gears now. Let's go into weather. Weather right now is clear, 19 degrees. Weather for today, sunny, colder, high near 35 degrees, winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And for tonight, clear skies, low 18 degrees, winds light and variable. And switching gears now, let's go into sports. Friday Night Football, week number 11. Let's take a look at Jason King previews the Saturday playoff games. Let's take a look at the video.
Strict attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's how we maximize performance, increase strength, and give you the dependability you demand. We engineer our equipment precisely at every level. It's what makes us a leader. Now, write it off the lot, write it off your taxes with a Section 179 tax deduction when you buy new Kubota construction equipment by December 31st. See your tax advisor for details.
Chapel Tractor, where you'll notice the difference since 1955.
All right, the undefeated Londonderry Lancers out for some dinner and a movie tonight. They held their team dinner at Chunky's in Manchester. The Lancers are 10-0, but still have some work to do. Londonderry will host Salem in the Division I semifinals tomorrow afternoon. By the way, the movie they saw tonight was Creed 2.
I'm Chandler Partello, Junior Center for the Winnisquam Bears.
I'm Cody Wright, Senior Defensive Tackle for the Fall Mountain Wildcats. It's championship weekend.
One game for all the marbles.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 9.
You're watching Friday Night Football on Channel 9.
All right, thanks, guys. Welcome, everyone, to Friday Night Football. Those 2 guys have a big game ahead of them on Saturday night as the Wildcats and Bears meet for the Division IV championship. And that is where we begin tonight. The Winnisquam Bears will be after their 2nd straight title when they take on the Wildcats of Fall Mountain on Saturday night in Laconia. The Wildcats, on the other hand, will be looking for their first ever NHIAA football championship. The Bears beat the Wildcats 33-14 in the regular season, but that was way back in week 2. Fall Mountain has won 6 straight games since. Kickoff at Jim Fitzgerald Field is 7 o'clock.
I mean, I think it's a mentally prepared thing for the kids to come into the big game, and, we just have to keep doing what we've done all season.
We're going to have to be firing on all cylinders, come out fast, come out strong, come out hard, not take any plays off. We're going to have to work like a well-oiled machine.
I mean, since that point, we've gotten better. We have some of our players back that weren't in that game, so we're just kind of scouting them out and adjusting.
I mean, we just got to play our game, play aggressive, keep our minds in it, all that stuff, stay focused.
All right, good luck to both teams. It's semifinal time for the other 3 divisions. The Exeter Blue Hawks host Merrimack. Exeter beat the Tomahawks 41-7 back in September. The Blue Hawks haven't scored less than 20 points in a game all season, and they've only allowed double digits against them 3 times. The Tomahawks are coming off a big win over undefeated Nashua North, although the Titans were without their best player. Kickoff in Exeter is 1 o'clock.
It's always things like hidden yardage in the kicking game, who performs better in the special teams. You get two teams like this, and at this time of year, it comes down to those factors.
I expect it to be a very physical game. I know they want revenge from last time, and I know they're going to come out and play better. They're a different team 7 weeks ago and all.
They're one of the most physical teams in the state. I'd also say we're one of the most physical. It's going to be ground and pound, but there's speed all around. It's going to be playoff football.
All right, the other semifinal, it's Londonderry hosting Salem at 2 o'clock. A lot of recent history between these two programs, so it should be a physical one. The Lancers beat the Blue Devils back in week 2, 42-26. Alvern will play in the semifinals for the second consecutive season. The Broncos travel to Plymouth to take on the four-time defending champs. The two teams did not meet during the regular season, but they did meet in last year's title game, which the Bobcats won. After a shaky start to the season, the Bobcats have won 6 in a row and have plenty of big game experience on their home field. But the Broncos are coming off a dominating win over Milford and are playing with confidence.
Plymouth is a tough team, right? Especially at their place. I feel that we match up well, and I think we'll be ready to go and compete.
We know what they do. We know what they're going to do to us. So I think we match up pretty well against them. We match up pretty well against anybody in the division.
Doing our job. Like, you can't walk in and be like, easy game. Like, no, you can't. I think we should expect more so we can come out flying.
All right, the Bow Falcons will host Hollis Brookline. Bow is 10-0 and the top-seeded team in the division. The Cavaliers have scored 48 points or more 7 times this season, so Bow's defense will be tested. In Division 3, the 9-1 Trinity Pioneers host 6-4 Stevens. Trinity's only loss of the season was to top-seeded Lebanon back in Week 2. They played Stevens just 3 weeks ago, a 36-13 win. But Trinity beat Stevens in the regular season last year and then lost to the Cardinals in the quarterfinals. So they will not take them lightly this time around.
It's going to be a physical game. They're a physical team, so they're going to come after us. They got some big guys up front, so we have to be able to handle that and persevere and move on. We're not big ourselves, but we're athletic, so we have to try to make that work for us.
I know we usually start off very, very slow, and we've been working on starting very fast, executing all that.
We just got to execute, got to get rid of the mistakes and the penalties and just play a really hard-fought game.
All right, finally, top-seeded Lebanon will host Hillsborough Deering Hopkinton. The Raiders have been the team to beat all season, but did drop their regular season finale to Campbell. The Red Hawks will be out to avenge a mid-season loss to the Raiders. 62-14 was the final when they met back on October 5th. Good luck to all 14 teams on Saturday. All right, that does it for Week 11. Just 1 week to go. And a reminder, you can watch all of our Friday Night Football shows from Season 25 on our website. Go to WMUR.com and click on Sports.
Okay, and there you go. And we wish all of the teams playing today good luck. And we're gonna switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire Life. Let's take a look at your New Hampshire event calendar for today. The annual Craft Fair, Belknap County Nursing Home, 30 County Drive, Laconia, New Hampshire, 9 o'clock a.m., and it is free to get in. Little Iguanas Craft Fair and Raffle, Nashua High School North, 8 Titan Way, Nashua, New Hampshire, 9 o'clock a.m., and it is free to get in. Mary Market, Junction 71 State Route 101A, Amherst, New Hampshire, 9 o'clock a.m., and it is free. 300 Years of Thanksgiving Traditional Guided Tours, Strawberry Bank New Museum, 14 Hancock Street, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, at 10 o'clock a.m. Ticket and price information. Strawberry Bank Museum members, tickets are free. Guided tours are offered on an hour. At last 90-minute tour starts at 2 p.m. Tour is recommended for ages 5 and up. Adults, $50. Children 5 and 17 is $10. Children under 5 is free. Active duty military families and veterans are free. Conville Holiday Craft Fair at Conville Regional High School, 8184 Hancock Road, Route 202, Peterborough, New Hampshire, 10 o'clock a.m., and it is free. Mason Holiday Craft Fair, Mason Town Hall, 7 Meeting House Hill Road, Mason, New Hampshire, 10 o'clock a.m., and it is free. Exploring Herbal Medicine and Craft Series, Adults, 928 White Oak Road, Laconia, New Hampshire, 10 o'clock a.m. Price is $24 to $40. Members pay $24, guest instruction fee. Mia Wiggins Solo Art Show, Never Far From Home, Upton Chandler House Museum, 10 West Main Street, Warner, New Hampshire, 10 o'clock a.m., and it is free. Workshop and sing-along of Handel's Mezza Chorus, Christian Church, 43 Pine Street, Exeter, New Hampshire, 10 o'clock a.m., and it is free. And that is a look at your event calendar for today. Career Museum acquires second home designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Manchester home could be used for tours on architect and mathematics. Let's take a listen to this video from WR News 9's Jennifer Crompton.
Get data abroad and post pics like this and this with a little help from Google Fi, a phone plan by Google.
The Courier Museum of Art has acquired the Khalil House in Manchester, designed by world-renowned architect Frank Lloyd Wright for the Khalil family in 1955, one of only 7 of Wright's Usonian automatic homes left. That design meant to be both affordable and artistic, featuring a lot of concrete.
He uses concrete with this Philippine mahogany, and it has this wonderful warm, cold feeling to it. And the concrete windows cast these shadows on the floor that throughout the day create these amazing patterns on the interior.
The Courier, now the only museum in the world to own 2 Frank Lloyd Wright homes. It acquired the Zimmerman home with its very different interior design 30 years ago.
On top of that, they're just 3 doors down from each other. And the original owners of each of these houses were actually friends. So it's an amazing opportunity. It's just it's so exciting. It's so rare. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
The purchase was made possible by an anonymous donor who had 2 goals: to preserve the home and to make it accessible to the public.
So not only is it, I think, a resource for lovers of Frank Lloyd Wright, and there are many fans around the world, it will become part of our social program.
Really thinking about designing school tours that might have to do with architecture and mathematics, thinking about grid systems, thinking in 3 dimensions. We're just over the moon about this possibility.
It could be open for tours in the spring. In Manchester, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go. There is Choice 2019 Best Pies. Let's take a look at that list of the 5 best pie places. And as you all know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so this will be perfect if you are looking to get a pie for Thanksgiving. Here is the list.
He's fighting to raise wages, leading the fight to guarantee health care. We need a fighter, Bernie Sanders. We know he'll fight. As president, because he always has.
Okay, and there you go. Those are the pie places that are the best pies on the list from Dearest Choice. Cool. And that's gonna do it for this edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed watching this Saturday morning edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. And I will see you back here on Sunday for another edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I'll see you this evening for Good Evening New Hampshire. And if you are interested in guest co-hosting Good Morning New Hampshire with me, send me a private message with a video saying why you think you should be a guest co-host on Good Morning New Hampshire. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everyone. Goodbye.